My name is Miss Parabello, and I'm the senior class advisor. And this is Evan Dyson. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. In case of an emergency, please use the exits in the back. And we ask, if possible, you can put your phones on airplane mode because it kind of interferes with the microphones. All right. Without further ado, I would like to introduce to you your host for tonight, your senior class president, Maddie Costa. Your student council president, Leah Fallhaber. And accompanying them will be Emily Lombardi and Alexis Giuliano. Enjoy.
We are so excited to be your host tonight. This evening will consist... This evening you will witness 8 of the most friendly, well-rounded, and funny senior boys fighting for the title of Mr. FHS. The boys put a lot of time and effort into this event, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed planning it.
I would like to take a moment to thank Miss Parabello for putting the show together. Without her, none of this would be possible. Also, our lovely judges for being here tonight, our principal, Mrs. Jewell, our vice principal, Mr. Iaculo, and some of our favorite teachers, Miss McQuaid, Miss Solomon, Mr. Dawson, and Mr. Payne.
Now, it's time to meet the contestants. We ask that you hold your applause until the end. First up, we have Isaac. Isaac, aka Fallout, is a 4-year volleyball player in the Freehold Center. In his free time, he is a passionate rec basketball player and likes playing manhunt with his friends. Isaac is a member of his WOTC team and a 2-time Chicken the Hen House champ. 3 times soon. He is also a very proud member of the Freehold Borough Bleacher Creatures. Isaac is being escorted by Mr. McGilsey. Mr. McGilsey has been Isaac's favorite science teacher through all of high school. Isaac enjoyed his talks about Liverpool, FIFA, and especially loved when he would whip out the roller skates for a physics lesson. Isaac wants to thank Mr. McGilsey for being an awesome teacher.
Next up, we have James. James would like to go down at Freehold Borough as Mr. TikTok for the class of 2020, which he thinks will most likely happen. During the week, he is a full-time TikToker and a part-time delivery driver. James is a 2-year volleyball player, 4-year softball mover, and 1-time player of the week. James enjoys hanging out with his friends and his cousins. His next goal in life? To bless his brother and TikTok followers.
James is being escorted by Mrs. Donovan. Mrs. Donovan was James' teacher. Being a junior in Spanish 1, his go-to person to talk to in that class was Mrs. Donovan. Sometimes during math, James will go to Grand Central and talk to Mrs. Donovan while she's scanning IDs. He also wants to thank her, specifically for showing him the movie Coco, which is now one of his favorite movies.
Next, we have someone who goes by many names, but you may know him as Mike. Arguably the best dressed tonight, Mike is most notably an NJ DECA state officer and 4-year varsity wrestler. In his free time, he likes watching Rick and Morty with the boys and is consistently vibing. He's also famous for being the only person to out Pizza the Hut, a feat once thought to be impossible. He guarantees his memes do be having the whole squad laughing and hopes he can get the whole squad laughing tonight. Mike is being escorted by Coach Rice, who has been in Mike's corner since freshman year. The joking around and time spent in the wrestling room together throughout the years made their wrestler-coach bond a tight one. He always pushes Mike to be better than his best and helps keep him confident and focused. While his final season ended short, he'll always be grateful to have had Rice with him every step of the way.
Next up, we have Mauricio. Mauricio believes he's the second best skater in the Freehold Borough, and he is the best straight-back player of all time. In his free time, he's either playing games or getting work done. Mauricio is a member of Freehold Borough's wrestling team. He enjoys spending time with friends and family. His goal in life is to become an Army Ranger right after his basic training.
Mauricio is being escorted by Mr. Chinosky, who's been his favorite history teacher since freshman year. He gave Mauricio the thought to keep on chasing his dream of joining the military. Mauricio probably wouldn't have liked the subject of history if it didn't start off for Mr. Chinosky.
Next up, we have Liam. Freehold High School, Liam has been packing his schedule to the brim in pursuit of self-growth. He has just finished his 6th consecutive market period of vocational electrical school and works as an electrical apprentice. His hobbies include playing instruments such as guitar, pianos, and drums. He also plays in 2 rock bands. Liam is being escorted by Mr. Bona. Mr. Bona and Liam would shoot briefs in the hallway from time to time in Liam's first 2 years in school. Mr. Bona was never Liam's teacher, but he was always supportive of his musical endeavors nonetheless. He's always candid and witty and a genuine pleasure to interact with. Liam often wonders what it would have been like to have someone like Mr. Bona as a teacher.
Next up is Rajat. Rajat has been an active member of the Technology Club and the Computer Science League, of which he is co-president. In his free time, he collects and studies various types of pens, including the Pilot multicolor Pilot G2s he has on his pocket. He's always ready to use them.
Mr. Gill was Rajat's computer science teacher for his sophomore year and ran the Computer Science League during his freshman and sophomore years. Even though he no longer teaches here, he has still had a profound effect on all of the Computer Science Academy, including Rajat. His unique teaching style and enthusiastic personality have helped greatly to further Rajat's interest in computer science, and his unique sense of humor is unrivaled throughout the school.
Next up, we have Matt. Matt is about as immersed Freehold music program as one can be. He's in the marching band, concert band, jazz band, and percussion ensemble, which he founded. He has been the percussion section leader since the end of his freshman year. Outside of school, he's the first chair drummer in the All-Shore Jazz Band, and in his own band with fellow contestant Liam Mueller called Public Access. Matt is being escorted by Mr. Gross. Mr. Gross was the first teacher Matt met at FHS. He's been incredibly supportive of all of Matt's musical ventures throughout his time in high school. He is a role model and an inspiration to Matt. He always has a story, advice, or just some weird song to show you when you need it most.
Last but not least, we have Robbie. Robbie, Robert Friedel, is the best party goer I in America. Robbie was the starting left back for varsity soccer, DACA regional champion, wrestling champion, and retired high school basketball bench warmer. Robbie takes pride in looking at himself in the mirror, hanging out with all his girls, and flirting with anything that breathes. Robbie looks taking the Mr. FHS dub.
Tonight, Robbie is being escorted by Miss Halpin. Miss Halpin was Robbie's teacher since his freshman year, but he now sees Miss Halpin as one of his best friends. Miss Halpin has helped him to achieve highly in DECA and is always by his side. They have had their ups and downs, but this past year they have grown a bond that cannot be broken. Robbie doesn't know where he would be without a role model like her in his life.
Well, now that we've met the contestants, it is time for the next round of competition to begin.
Let's give a round of applause to all the teachers who came out tonight to be here with us.
Hello, Freehold. Unfortunately tonight, due to an injury, I cannot partake in this year's group dance. However, it is my pleasure to introduce the rest of the Mr. FHS contestants. Even better.
Rajat, I love you!
I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, you got that yummy,
take your left hand and put it on your side. Come over your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part.
Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up. Fight till we see the sunlight. The party don't Great job. I can speak firsthand when I say that these boys came a long way. Next up is the improv portion of the show. The boys will be playing a friendship game. Each boy was assigned a character and will have to act as that character when answering questions from Alexis. Judges will base their scores on creativity, originality, and overall performance.
In the first round, we have Rajat, who will be a game show host. Isaac, who is self-absorbed. Robbie, who thinks everyone is sabotaging him. And Mike, who does not understand what personal space is. Welcome everyone to the 2020 Freehold High School Friendship Game. First up, we have Rajat. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Say it with me, folks.
Wheel of Fortune!
Next up, Isaac. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
3 words, probably smart, funny, muscular, cool.
I asked for 3 words. Robbie, same question.
Why don't you ask me the question like everyone else did?
Sorry, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
For now, I'm offended. I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
And I don't want to be here.
Sorry, Robbie. Mike, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Well, you know, I describe myself as a people person, someone everyone likes to be around. You know, honestly, people kind of get in my space a lot. I don't really appreciate that, but, you know.
Okay, Mike, you can go have a seat. So, Rajat, if we were going to hang out after school, where would we go and why?
I think we should go to the studio where we could record some episodes of some great game shows like Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and maybe we could record this show too, because I think I would do a much better job hosting this show than you would. For the 2020 Freehold Borough Friendship Game, let's get a round of applause! Alright, contestant number 2. Your question is, if we were to hang out after school, where would we go? 30 seconds on clock.
Honestly, we probably wouldn't hang out. I have a lot of people who want to hang out with me. I don't really have time for, like, just random people asking me if they want to hang out. Maybe in a few weeks, I'll let you know what my schedule is, but, yeah, sorry.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's
All right, contestant number 2 gets 500 points for that response.
Okay, Robbie, if we were to hang out after school, where and why?
You know what? I'm not going to tell you. Because if I was, you would probably judge me for it. So, you know, I didn't interrupt you, Rajat.
Okay, well, I'm the host here. I get to make the rules, okay? I don't have to interrupt people whenever I want.
I'm not answering this question.
Okay. Last up, Mike, if we were to hang out after school, where would we go and why?
I don't know. I think we could go see a movie, maybe go to a rave, you know, a lot of people all together, just partying, all together. I don't know.
Okay, I think I've had enough of the round 1 contestants. Can we bring out round 2?
All right, everyone, round 1 is over. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Amazing job to our first round contestants. In this second round, we have Liam, who is paranoid. Oh my god. Matt, who is a cat. Mauricio, a toddler who has to use the bathroom. And James, who is pregnant. Okay. Contestant number 1. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
I'm not crazy.
Okay. Contestant number 2. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? Contestant number 3. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
I gotta pee.
Contestant number 4. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
I'm in pain, but these stupid questions are really helping me, like, distract me from the pain, so just keep asking me.
Glad to hear. Okay, back to contestant number 1. If we were going to hang out after school, where would we go and why?
Oh, you know, somewhere with a little less surveillance would be nice. You know, they're watching us. Watching us.
All right.
He's kind of crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Okay. Contestant number 2. If we were going to hang out after school, where would we go and why? 3. If we were going to hang out after school, where would we go and why?
Somewhere that doesn't involve water.
So not the beach.
Don't talk about water.
Okay, and last up, contestant number 4. If we were to hang out after school, where would we go and why?
I don't know, probably the. Oh my God! Oh my God! Here it comes! Oh my God! Crazy guy, come here, help me!
That's pretty insane.
I think we've had enough of the friendship game. I hope you all enjoyed, and good luck with the baby.
Alright, everyone, commercial break over. It's time to announce the results of the friendship game. Alright, have you tallied up the scores? Have you not been keeping track of points? What have you been doing all this time?
Next, we're moving on to the talent portion of the competition. This segment allows the contestants to show off their unique skills and win over the judges as well as the audience. First up, we have Liam, who will be performing on his unicycle and doing juggling tricks.
tricks for us.
All right, everybody. All right, guys, we have 3 tricks for you today. The first trick is going to be presented by Isaac Ball, a silent ball disappearing trick. All right, well done, Mr. Ball. All right, so for my trick, I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Miss Jewel, would you mind coming up here for me, please? How you doing today, Miss Jewel?
2 things. You're not allowed to make me disappear. And I'm not getting in that box to be sawed in half.
Oh, what? No promises. All right, everyone, so I have 3 things right here. I have a Sharpie marker, I have 3 pieces of paper, and I have this deck of cards, all right? Miss Jewel, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I'm then gonna predict what I ask you. I'm gonna write it on this paper, put it to the side, and hopefully amaze you, all right? All right, so first, I want you to think of number 1 through 100. Do not tell me what the number is. I'm gonna take my guess. I have my guess right over here. All right, for the record, Mr. Jewel, what was your number?
99.
99, all right, everyone, remember that. All right, Miss Jewel, second question. I'm gonna ask you to think of a state. One of the 50 states in America. Again, do not tell me what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna take my guess. All right, I have my guess for your state right there. Now, inform the audience, what was your state?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Very tropical. All right, lastly, I have this deck of cards here. It's for me, Mr. Ball.
Absolutely, Mr. Kudo.
Here we have a deck of cards. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to flip the cards. You're going to tell me when to stop. You will be touching them. All right, you're going to tell me when to stop them, and you're going to take the card on top, okay? All right, you're going to take that card. You may show the audience. Just make sure you have that card. I'm not looking. I can't see it. Uh-oh. I'm going to take my guess. All right, Mr. Jewel, what was the card that is in your hand? All right, the 2 of diamonds. All right. So Mr. Ball is going to take my paper. He's going to open them up. And he is now going to show my guesses. So I believe the first question was 1 to 100. You said your number was?
99.
99. And I then asked you to pick a state, and you picked?
The tropical statement.
Hawaii. And then the 2 diamonds. Thank you, Miss Joy. You may go take a seat.
Yeah, Isaac.
So for our last trick, this one's going to be an actual disappearing trick. Alright, so as Mr. said, I can't make any of you guys disappear, so I'm going to make my co-magician Isaac here disappear. Isaac, please step behind the curtain. Isaac, please duck down.
No, Isaac.
Alright, everyone, on the count of 5, Isaac will no longer be behind. You guys see nothing.
Stop this.
Count it with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where did he go? Now, you must be wondering where he is. There is only one way to summon Isaac back onto this stage. And on the count of 3, we're all going to scream, Ayo. Say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ayo. Oh, yeah, there he is! Amazing!
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for our magic show. Our next act is Mike, who will be doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, Mike! Let's go, Mike! Where's Mike?
I guess this is his first joke.
Where's Mike? Where did I go? He's always late.
I can't just do it on the spot. I'm not Mike. He's about to do that for you.
Yeah! Yeah, Mike! There you go, Mike! 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 I love you!
How is everyone doing tonight?
Yeah! Wow! Woo!
Woo! I love the energy here tonight. I can't wait to ruin the atmosphere.
Oh my God!
You want to hear something funny? Well,
Yeah.
you do. But, I thought I would be in the audience like you all tonight. But then I got a text from my friend Isaac that went a little something like this. Yo, you do Mr. FHS? Nah, bro, I don't have any talent. Bro, come on, bro, just sign up. I don't have any talent either, come on. And now I'm here.
That's what he sounds like too.
Yes, that is. That's exactly what it sounds like. So, it's a new year. Brand new decade. 2020. The vision is clear. No, it's not. Or at least I missed something. Because I still don't know where I'm going to go to college in the fall.
Keep your head up. You got
You know what I do know? That people that have it all figured out annoy me. Like, I just don't get it, right? You know those kids that are like, ever since I stepped on that luscious green campus and I saw my future friends throwing frisbees on that beautiful day. I stared up at those big brick gates and I knew right there that Princeton was my dream school. Like, let me just rewind time to a point where I asked. I mean, look at you, Karen, with everything figured out. Who do you think you are? You know, trying to make me look bad and feel all self-conscious? You know, at least I'm not the only one, though. We are in the limbo stage of college decisions. Every day, everyone is talking about either being accepted, denied, deferred, waitlisted. It's insane. You know, just the other day, I checked my email. Speaking of Princeton. Thank you for your application. We are sorry to inform you. Yeah, you know the rest, right? You know the rest. You know, in my opinion, big missed opportunity by Princeton. You know, like, honestly, maybe admissions wasn't too impressed, but I think they could have used a guy like me. I don't know. You know, and then, I think I'm Ivy material. Anyway, I got the standard reassurance from my parents, though. You know, really, really comforting. Don't worry, Michael. There'll be a college for you. Boy, I can't believe I'm going to be 18 this month. Oh my God, where does the time go? You know, as I near adulthood, I often reflect on the time I'm growing up in. A big pop culture defining thing is social media, connecting us all from across the world. And maybe that wasn't for the best, right? Because I have seen some things and some people that I didn't have to. I just didn't have to see, right? Now, one app that I see all the time, even if I try to escape it, is TikTok, right? Yeah, you know what TikTok is. Oh, okay. They're kicking me off, right? I mean, Christ, oh man. Students know what it is, and scared teachers see their students spazzing out on their phones in class, like, renegade, you know, whatever the trends are, right? Don't worry, it's not the nicotine. It's just an obsession with internet fame. And maybe the nicotine, just a little. You know, I see thousands of view-hungry guys going like, oh, girl, you know, and girls, they don't even dance. They're just like, oh, I literally saw one girl, this is all she does. Gets with the camera, the beat drops. Like, it's like, and she just goes, and then it just cuts off. Oh, wow, great, that was hilarious. Thank you for that. You know, sometimes I just want to reach for the screen and help them. But there's no helping the diseased. It's over. They're done. I've lost all hope. Now, if you're wondering what a TikTok is, I have made a little educational video, maybe some examples, with a little help from my friends. Let me just throw it up. Alright.
Oh my God, right.
Yeah. You may know this person. Now, see, this is some of the great content that is offered on this app, right? You know, I don't partake in it myself. I think it's a little weird. You know, I have a little more self-respect than that. You know, I don't know. I just, I wasn't supposed to be in it. Cut the video. Cut it! Thank you. And good night.
Yeah, Mike!
Great job, Mike. Next up, we have Mauricio, who's going to be showing off some of his skateboarding tricks.
Not the live thing, huh? You're so rude. You're so right. Right. Ooh. I wish I could do it. I couldn't even do an ollie. I can't ride a skateboard. Hey. Oh, I know this thing. No way. No way. Wow. Ooh. Nice kick flip. Nice little kick flip. Don't even do it. Woo! Oh, he's nice.
Super impressive. Next up we have Rajat, who's also going to be doing some stand-up comedy.
Yeah, Rajat. My boy. Yeah!
I took my shoes off because my feet were kind of itchy.
You also need the mic.
That would be helpful, thanks. Hello. Now I don't have to scream as loudly. Okay, so some of you may know, my original plan for tonight was to show you guys how we could rotate text in Microsoft Paint. Unfortunately, about 2 hours ago, I was approached by two men in black suits, and they informed me that I have to change my act, or else. And I don't want to find out what the or else part is, so I'm changing my act. So I don't have a script for this or anything. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have any jokes or anything. Hey, Mr. Fred, can you give me a joke? Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. All right, is there something on the stage I can make? There's nothing here. Why is the stage so empty? You know what I see over here? I see a speaker. You know the thing about speakers? They don't actually speak. Have you ever considered that? I was having a conversation with a speaker once, and it didn't reply. It didn't speak to me. It just played music. It's not even its own music. It's music that someone else wrote, and it's stealing. And that makes me very upset. And I don't like speakers because of that. You know, if they want, they should have called them something else, like maybe like sound playing devices or something. I don't know. But something that doesn't imply that they speak. You know who speaks? People speak. Maybe we should call people speakers. Except for mute people, sorry. They can't speak. I forgot about them. I'm very sorry to any mute people. I'm very sorry. Has it been 3 minutes yet? Okay, I still got time. You know, what?
Can you sing?
I cannot, in fact, sing.
Just say each.
You know the speakers can sing. Maybe they should be called singers.
Go! Excuse me! Say oh.
No, I refuse. I will not sing. I already did all my dancing for today. I'm weak. I can't do any more, or else I have a heart attack and collapse. I am wearing a hat. That's interesting. The Lord works in mysterious ways. What can I say?
Do a backflip.
A story. You got a joke? Let me hear it. Thank you very much.
That was me. Thank you very much. I love your act.
Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, bye.
Next up, we have Matt, who will be performing a drum solo.
He's got 8 arms.
I'm gonna need your help. I want you to clap along with whatever you can. You're just gonna think that's a little confusing. Just keep going. I want to leave one. This is the closest I can come.
doing so far? Okay, so as they're setting up, we're just going to be putting this away. And last but not least, we have James, who's going to be singing a Frank Sinatra classic.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Great job to all the contestants. Let's give them all another round of applause. At this time, we would like to ask all the special someone escorts to meet your candidate in the back of the auditorium. I would also like to invite back on stage Ms. Parabello.
Hello. I just want to say these boys practice so much every Tuesday and Thursday for the past month, and so did our host, so I hope you guys are enjoying the show tonight. Speaking of practice, I made these cards and then I lost them in the back, so that's why it took me a little bit of time to come here, but it's okay. All right, so I would also like to take a moment to recognize a few key people that are behind the scenes. Our light and sound crew, CJ Healy, Gianna Caggiano, and Hannah Sabalos, and Brooke Cervantes. I would also like to thank Tommy Staples, who made the program. One of my avid babies, just saying. And Gabby Nadrich, who made the promo video that you guys probably saw, hopefully on Google Classroom, and she made the blooper video that you will see in a few minutes. All right? Again, I hope you're having a great time, and special someone should be in the back.
Hey. The next event tonight is formal wear. Each contestant will be walking out with an escort of their choice. They're someone special. After the contestants walk out with their lovely escorts, they will impress us all by answering an ethical question.
Like we always do.
First up, we have Isaac, who is being escorted by two of his best friends. Kenny and Matt have been Isaac's best friends since middle school. They are always together and can be found in fellow contestant Mike's basement on the weekends. Isaac wants to thank them for being his boys for life.
James. James couldn't pick just one special someone, so he's walking out with his brothers Luke and Jack, and along with his cousin Mickey. Despite being related, these three are James' best friends. He would take a bullet for any of them and is sure they would do the same for him. If James ever gets married, he knows he will have a hard time choosing the best man.
Next up, we have Mike. Next up, we have Mike. When asked to pick a special, Miss Carabella just gave me a, wait a second. Mike thought who else but his twin brother Matt. Kids together and playing two-player video games for almost their whole lives. And yes, they know they don't look like twins. While he's a little annoyed Matt got all the tall genes, Mike is forever grateful he was paired with someone so loyal, trustworthy, and fun for life. He wouldn't want anyone else to have made it out of the womb with.
Now we have Mauricio. Mauricio's special someone tonight is Miss Parabello. Miss Parabello is his favorite English teacher and someone he appreciates very much, and he is super excited that she's able to walk with him tonight and that he's able to participate in Mr. FHS.
Next is Liam, who is being escorted by his brother Eric.
Eric
is a Freehold High School graduate who served many years in the school band. He is as calm and collected as they come, but don't let that fool you. Eric is the best heavy metal drummer you will ever come across, and his double bass drum breakdowns are so intense you may need to see a specialist.
Next up is Rajat. Rajat's special someone tonight is his dad, who is the most important person in his life. He has always been a very knowledgeable and experienced person who Rajat can turn to for help and advice. He also is an amazing cook.
I wish we could vote. That's right. Yeah, I got it.
Next up is Matt. Matt's grandma, Marianne, is a longtime supporter of his. She is always there when he needs her, whether it's simple advice or a long, in-depth discussion about something serious. They have a strong grandmother-grandson bond, and she is incredibly special to him.
Last but not least, we have Robbie. Robbie's mom is always there for him whenever he needs. She's always putting her kids before herself. The amount of things she does for their family is incredible, and Robbie knew she would have to be his special someone. Robbie would obviously not be who he is today at all without her guidance. She also gives some great back rubs. Robbie wants her to know that he loves her so very much. Now it's time for the ethical question part of the evening. Each boy will have 30 seconds to answer their question, then Emily will move on to the next. The judges will evaluate their responses and score them based on eloquence, originality, and overall response.
All right, first up, we have Matt.
I think I would have loved this one.
You have one superpower that can be used for good. What is that superpower and how do you use it?
Okay, so if I had one superpower, I think it would be the ability to take all of the carbon emissions out of the air and just harness them for something good. Because there's way too much of that, and there's no sign of stopping, so we need to do something about it. Yeah.
Thank you. Next up, Liam.
Let's go, Elio!
Liam, what is one mark that you believe your generation will leave on this world?
One mark I think my generation will leave. Well, I think that for one, we're the first generation where most of our interactions that we do with our friends and family happen to not be face-to-face. And I think that one mark is that there will never be another American generation where there's going to be people who don't use technology or are considered normal. You know? Because it's considered very strange now to not be connected and plugged in all the time. So that's one mark, positive or negative.
Next up is Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike, you have a time machine and you can travel to any time, past or future. Where do you travel to and why?
Where would I travel? I know what I would do. I would travel, do some Back to the Future kind of thing, go back to the 80s and see what my parents were really like. You know? Let's go visit their high school for a little bit, you know?
Yo.
All right, thank you. Isaac, what quality do you most like about yourself? How can you use this quality to ask as a role model for your peers? It says it. There's one.
I would say a quality I like most about myself is my competitiveness, because it makes things like Mr. FHS very fun, because I can compete with my classmates and friends behind me.
James, if you could be great at one thing, what would that talent be and why?
Already great at TikTok.
If I could be great at one thing, it would probably be making people happy, because one thing that bothers me the most in this world is seeing people who are depressed or sad, and if I could just make anybody happy that I want and get them out of their, get the demons out of their head, it would mean the world to me.
Next up, we have Mauricio. If there was one thing you could change about yourself, what would it be and why?
I don't really have a thing to change about myself. Everyone should be themselves and own themselves, because everyone's perfect, right?
Next up, we have Rajat.
There you go, Rajat.
Rajat. Rajat, what does winning Mr. FHS mean to you?
Winning Mr. FHS means that I have convinced these 6 people in front of me that I am a good person, or whatever you're rating my criteria based off of, which is going to be especially hard for Mr. Fredericks, because I've been bothering him a lot over the past 3 years. So Mr. Fredericks, I'd like to kindly ask for your forgiveness. Especially for during my talent. I know I really put you on the spot when I asked for a joke. But...
And lastly, we have Robbie. Robbie, as an outgoing senior, what is one piece of advice that you would give to an incoming freshman?
The one piece of advice I would give is that high school is the most fun and quickest 4 years of your life. Do not take it for granted. Make sure you live every moment to the fullest and try your best, because then you go to college and it's the next best fun 4 years, so.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, everybody, for the ethical questions. Now we have our host, Maddie, coming back on.
At this time, while the judges are tallying up all of your scores, we will play a video that was made by our very own Gabby Nadrich.
Every time.
Let's welcome all of our exceptional contestants back on the stage.
Mike messed it up. Hey. Smile. Hey, Mike, smile.
Hello everyone, how was the show? The first award is Mr. Talent, which is given to the student who earned the most points in the talent portion. Our 2020 Mr. FHS Talent is James Crivelli. Our next award is Mr. Congeniality, which is given to the student with the second highest scores this evening. Our 2020 Mr. Congeniality is Matt Perkins. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. Tonight's contestant who scored the most points in all categories will be crowned Mr. FHS. Drum roll, please. Our 2020 Mr. FHS is Liam Mueller.